intricacies and workings. We don't want to go into fine detail, but there's a couple of YouTube videos out there, and we'll make the links available on the fractional banking system and how the banking system actually works and why the United States is so in debt. And what's really interesting is that it's something that bankers have been using for years and creditors use for years, and yet there's a simple remedy that's legal, and that's why they're willing to do it. So tell me a little bit about when people are sitting down with their creditors and negotiate. Obviously there's, you can do it yourself, which I did, but it was very turmoil for me, up and down, and I remember I used to get calls from the creditors, and you always want to make sure you talk to them, but I remember telling them, they'd say, "Is Roger there?" And I'd say, "Well, no, he just went on a tour. He's trying to get some money so he can pay you guys." And it was me on the phone, and I had my car hidden in the garage because I didn't want them to come and repossess it. And I mean, I was always friendly with them. I remember one time I told this creditor, I said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'm selling these health products, and if you'll buy my weight loss products, I'll make some money. I can pay you guys back." And he laughed, of course, and actually that particular company stopped calling me because they realized they couldn't use fear and worry to manipulate me to do things, which is what, let's talk about that. Right. I mean, some of these guys use some tactics that are pretty hefty. Right,
and there are federal laws to prevent them from doing that, and one of the things is our company can help you understand what those laws are so that the collection agencies, if they're turned over to collection agencies, or the original creditors, cannot harass you. And they're very strict laws with tremendous amount of fines out there if somebody should go past the point.
Right, right. Now let's talk about this, because you said that like I said, I stumbled across it by accident. Right. You were on their side.
Yes.
What are some of the like I said, we can either do it yourself or you can use a company. Obviously, if you use a company, it's a lot less stressful. It's a lot easier. They know what they're doing. You don't have to worry about whether you're doing it right, you're doing it wrong, because it definitely is a game, like a chess game almost.
Absolutely.
You need to know what move to make, when to make it, and sometimes what verbiage to use, and that's, I guess, quite important.
That's correct. And part of it is relationships. It's having relationships with these companies, understanding what it is they're really trying to get at, knowing the position that, in our case, our clients are in, what leverage we have versus what leverage they have. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so it's something that you get to know over many years of experience.
Right.
And okay. Yes, and absolutely, it can be done yourself. There's no magic to it. It's a fairly complex process, but there's no magic to it.
Right. And I know from what we've shared over the time we've known each other is that each company is different in what they're willing to do and willing not to do, and the time frames and all that.
That's absolutely correct.
Right. But if you were to, help us, the viewers, understand that this is legal, correct? All of these processes.
Absolutely, the whole process is legal. The reason it's legal is because it is accepted by the creditor. The mm-hmm. creditor is saying, "Okay, we will accept this negotiation. We understand this negotiation. We accept the offer." And then to make sure that you're getting what the creditor is saying, mm-hmm. you get it in writing.
Right. Right. Okay.
So that's what our company does. When we negotiate a deal, we make sure that we get that deal saying this bill has been paid off and in writing.
Right. Okay. Now, when you negotiate, what are the percentage spreads? I know I've heard 50%, sometimes more, sometimes 75%. How do they vary? What are the?
Roger, it can be from zero, where some companies refuse to negotiate, mm-hmm. and that's, I think, separates us from some of the other companies out there who tell you that every single debt is going to be negotiated. It's not true.
Right.
But when the companies are willing to negotiate, they can negotiate from 25% off to 80%.